Hello everyone. Today we are in conversation with Major C. RAGHAVENDRA. He has served in the Indian Army for almost 23 years. He's a poet, lyricist, equestrian, sportsman and also a great mentor. We are honored to have you here, sir.
My pleasure.
So could we know how this journey of yours began?
Journey in the sense my
Uh,
life journey or army journey?
Army journey.
Army journey. I told you as if, my childhood was totally a very passionate one. Passionate one in the sense, my teachers, my friends and my parents. Though my father was in army, I had never seen him in uniform. The only exposure for me in army was when I used to accompany my father to the canteen stores department to purchase the monthly grocery along with him to MAG Center at Bangalore. So that is the only time when he was doing his purchasing of the grocery, I used to see the soldiers training there. Otherwise, it was not that my father has told that you have to join armed forces or I know the army life, because what happens is for every army brat, he always stays with the family in the army cantonment and army background, and he knows what army background is all about. But that was not in my case. And in my case, it was very, very simple. I can call it as love at first sight with the uniform. So maybe that made me realize at a very early age of lower kindergarten that a small kid stood up when teacher asked me what I want to become. I'm going to be an army officer. I think that is where the journey started. That is where the journey started, and there's a saying always, once a soldier, always a soldier. And once you're a soldier, then every journey is never going to end, even at the cost of your death. So a soldier's journey is eternal. I don't know, people would believe that, Adi Shankaracharya, Swami Vivekananda, Bhagat Singh, and you correlate everybody that, everybody is still alive when you do the Jayantis of them. And that is how Indian Army always remembers the sacrifice of the soldiers. The family might forget the individual soldier after a few decades, after a few generations. But the legacy will always remain in the Indian Armed Forces. So once a soldier, he is always a soldier. So his journey is never going to end. A soldier's life is always eternal. Either he is alive or he is no more. So my journey started from the last bench of the lower kindergarten, and it continued. It continued just because I had that kind of support from my parents, my friends, my teachers, and that passion inside me never went down. Or else somebody might choose to be, that I'm going to be a doctor, but he would turn out to be a lawyer. Somebody would say that I'm going to be a teacher, he would end up being a chartered accountant. So anything for the sake of what your teacher asked and to pass on that answer. You cannot kill your passion and answer that question just to impress your teacher. Sir, I'm going to be a teacher. And that too, maths teacher. Just that you're going to impress your teacher. So that day, that passion is going to drive you and your answer is going to be haunting you every time till the time you don't reach to that aim of your life, passion of your life. I think that is what your journey is going to be redefined. Your question was how the journey started. I'm just telling you how the journey should be. And why many people, who are so ambitious in life, who decide to be something good in life, end up not making up. Because their passion, their determination, their dreams, their goals are only time-based. It always takes different paths as per their life goes on. But when you stick on to your dreams, when your passion drives your dreams, when you are living your future in your present, it is very, very simply said. you live your present so happily, so that your today is well lived and it becomes a memory as an yesterday. If you have to have a memory like yesterday, so you have to live your today very well, so that is going to redefine your future more beautifully. So that is where my journey started, and I think my journey is still on. It may be with or without the uniform. That's why I always say this: once a soldier, you're always a soldier. I hope I answered you.
Yes, sir. So, did your perception about army change after you joined the army? Like,
No,
as a child, you would have
No,
thought.
never. My perception about army was selflessness. And I think when I joined army, my perception changed about myself. I thought I was fit enough to be in army. I thought I was perfectly fine for being in army. I imagined all Bollywood, Hollywood and all sorts of drama, the way a common man thinks about army, right?
Yeah.
Then I started reinventing that soldier inside me. Indian Army framed me as a soldier. They designed me as a soldier. Training, obviously, yes. Something what army doesn't teach you anything. Army doesn't teach you anything. Army doesn't train you anything. Army makes you relive everything in your life. It is going to erase every past of yours and is going to reboot your entire process of thoughts, your character, your determination, your team spirit, your belongingness, your discipline, your integrity, your cautiousness, your trustworthiness, your leadership, your courage, your moral courage, your bearing, your aspiration, your passion. Moreover, that humane touch inside you, till the time you are not a good human being in life, you can never be a good soldier. And this I think many would not understand. And everybody, the way the army people are portrayed everywhere is they're very rough, they're very tough guys. They're rough and tough because, let me tell you, they have the most supporting emotional families behind them. And if the Indian Army is so successful today, I give the complete credit to the families behind them, who are so understanding, so caring. I think every moment is a challenging moment to the families who support the soldier in the path of his life. So my perception changed when I joined army. I did not change the perception towards army. Army changed my perception of how to have a look towards life, how to think about life, how to redefine your life, how to live your life. In fact, the purpose of your life, the purpose of your existence, it is, Sanatana Dharma always says, the very existence of you would redefine you, why you are born. And the day you realize why you are born, I think in the path of the journey, which will lead to find out why you are born, I think that is what your Bhagavad Gita also says. So the reason of your birth is what you need to know. Then you will be a better human being. So I think my reason of birth was to be a soldier, and that is where my perception changed after the army, the outlook towards life. And I think wearing the olive green, I started seeing the world in more beautiful colors. Maybe I did not know that spectrum of colors of rainbow had only 7, but I had million in my thoughts. That's how army redefines your outlook towards life.
You're an amazing source of inspiration to many of us. But could we know what keeps you inspired or who is your inspiration?
Every day I look at the mirror, I see one idiot who is standing in front of me. He is my inspiration. Because I need to answer that person that, without any guilt feel, without any hindrances, without any obstacles. I need to be true to that fellow and tell him, good job done. Because he's not going to let me sleep peacefully if I am morally not correct in my life. And that individual has never let me do something wrong. And he is my inspiration. He is my inspiration just because character is something that what you do when somebody is watching you. Character is something what you do when nobody is watching you. And my true character is known by only one person whom I daily see in the mirror. I am answerable to him. Because he is not going to let me be peaceful if I am morally not correct. So, collar up, daily morning shave, and I always tell him that I am just not being smart, I am also being honest, I am also being morally correct, I am also being characterly upright, I am also being straightforward. So I have never given him a chance to question me. Why have you done this wrong?
Could we know how did you manage to excel in so many fields?
Managing so many fields or excelling in so many fields is basically very simple. I think you should learn it from your housemates. You should learn it from your mother. You should learn it from your father. It is very, very simple. There are many people who manage many things, but there is no credit to them. Just because there is no achievement list in their life. Because they do the same routine thing in daily life. Before you wake up, everything is ready. And whenever you move out, the breakfast is served on your table. Whenever you come back to the lunch is served on the table. For the dinner, the same thing goes on. Your house is kept neat and tidy. Your clothes are washed, ironed. Everything is tickety-boo. But who does it for you? But does the credit goes to your mom, your maid, anybody? I don't think so. Because that comes in the practice. That's how, life is always learning. There is nothing wrong in learning from anybody at any point of time in your life. And there is no, specific age to learn anything in life. The day your inquisitive is not curbed, and you are curious about life, and you are passionate about life, then I think you are open to learning. There is no embargo to learn anything from anybody in this life. You speak to anybody, your co-passenger in a bus, train, you got something to know from him. Exchange of culture, exchange of words, exchange of thoughts. Or else, online studies, what you are doing today, would lead you nowhere. But you might be surprised to know online coaching is not from today. It is even from the days of Mahabharata also. When Ekalavya learnt the Shabdavedi, it was online, as per my concept. He never went to school, but he was a master of archery. And he adored Guru Drona the way, more than Arjuna. I think some point of time in life, Arjuna was cunning, but Ekalavya was selfless. And I think online coaching was much more better than the practical training. But today, we blame the online training. When an online coaching, where just listening to what Drona was preaching Arjuna, Ekalavya became a monarch of archery. And the credit is not to that online coaching. Credit is not to Drona. Credit is to that student who was so passionate to learn. But it's an unwritten theory, unwritten story, or nobody accepts this story probably. Only one thing what defines in your life is your passion. If you are passionate, multifaceted is just a thing. Sports is a passion, learn it. There's no age to learn. People start walking just because your neighbor gets up in the morning and he walks. You have nothing to do with your own self-fitness, nothing. Just because he is going for a walk. And you are staying in the same society. And whenever you meet up, they just ask you, do you go for walking? Just that he asks you, you wake up and you go around and come back. To prove to the society that you are going for a walk and you are so health conscious. But you are not passionate about it. Being passionate about that will always lead you to learn new things in life. Learn new things in life is new practices in life. New practices in life is new discipline in life. New discipline in life is new time management in your life. And new time management is reinventing yourself in life. Reinventing you in self-life, creating you in yourself. So it is basic. So the moment you are passionate, and maybe my teachers were like that, who are all passionate teachers I got in my life. The best of the handwriting was taught by Amruthavali Miss. My first principal, Ramanan sir, used to write that kind of a handwriting. My Kannada went on so fluent because of Nagaratnama Miss, Ramakrishna Prasad in 6th standard. 5th standard was taken by Nagaratnama, I think. 6th was Ramakrishna Prasad. In 8th standard, I think it was Mangala Miss. 9th and 10th was done by Kenchagoda sir. So all this credit of languages goes to them. English, my Padmavati Miss, Padmavani Miss. Then I think, Lalita Miss, Ramanan sir. My vocabulary in English, all the credit goes to them. Because they were so passionate. Because we never learned ABCD in my school. It was all Abakada. Phonetics was taught in LKG. It was a German style of teaching students. So the teachers were so passionate. We cannot imagine our teachers to be IAS officers, lawyers, doctors. When I close my eyes and think of my teachers, they were just meant to be teachers. Muttama Miss used to teach me history. Sushila Miss used to, God bless her soul, she is no more. She used to teach us geography. Subramanian sir, physics. I am telling you, each and every subject, Kumar Swami sir, chemistry, Krishnappa sir, biology, the way they used to teach you everything, that was so, they were made to be teachers. And no student under them would morally go wrong. It was not only the subjects, it was the belongingness for the subject, it was the belongings of the institution and the relationship between the teachers and the students. I think that doesn't exist in this society. Every kitten corner might have an Eurokids, might have some kindergartens, play schools. There may be Montessori's, English convents. But the quality of education comes with the quality of teachers. Till the time the character building is not done within the four walls, you are not going to contribute anything to this society. So I am multifaceted because of my teachers. The way they nourished, nurtured the talent inside each individual. If Amruthavali Miss or Padmavati Miss wouldn't have recognized that I could write poetry, I wouldn't have been a poet. I still remember in high school I wrote a essay by name Adarsha. I remember Mangala Miss putting it on the school notice board saying that for an 8th standard student it's something which is very amazing what you have written. So that small amount of appreciation would have encouraged that writer inside me. Joshi sir was my drawing teacher. Sushila Miss, now she is a lawyer. She was my first drawing teacher in 1st standard. How to hold a pencil, how to sharpen the pencil, how to actually place the nib of the pencil on the drawing sheet. The basic things were taught to us in a very, very speculative manner, in a very, very, tedious manner. that you would never go wrong in life. Basics were taught. How exactly to use your eraser on the drawing sheets. This is very, very, I think the teaching would always redefine your multifaceted. I might be multifaceted in sports, whatever. My sports teachers, B.M. Krishna sir, Krishnan sir, though much of the sports I, started doing it only when I went to army. But the basic things was from my school life. Until the time, it is basically always said and done, you never choose your parents, God chooses it for you. And your parents choose the teachers for you. And the only choice you make is for yourself, is your friends. And I'm happy that I have the choicest friends in my life. So I think that is where you feel you're multifaceted, because each individual who is in your life plays a very important role in whatever you are. So I think I have extreme personalities whom I know in my life who are good at many things. So I think I have imbibed all some sort of small qualities from each and every one. I'm still in the process of learning today also. So life is a journey, life is a learning. So that's what it is. So multifaceted is basically like every individual has got a lot of talents in him, a lot of potential inside him. It takes a lifetime to understand your own potential. And the day you understand your own potential, you start excelling in your potential. And you start excelling in your talent, then I think you'll start mastering your talent. And if that is the end of the life, your talent is going to end there. I can or you can redefine multifaceted talent only when my talent or my habits, my good things what I've learned, or techniques what I know, or the talent what I know, or maybe the knowledge what I have gained, if I can actually teach somebody, mentor somebody, train somebody, or anything to the use of the society, when you contribute it and when you let that talent inside you cherish in some others' achievements and dreams, I think that is when you are multifaceted. And in that context, if you call me as multifaceted, yes, I am very blessed about it.